there is a specific heavy kind of silence inside you right now. It is the silence of financial shame. It's the little voice in you that whispers, I have a degree, I have intelligence, I have years of hard work, and yet my bank account is empty. I must be bad with money. I need you to hear me clearly. I know this because I lived it. You are not bad with money. You were systematically locked out of the room. Welcome back to the Truth Club. I'm Vicky Leon. Today we don't do inspiration. We don't do theory. Today we will do a map. In ancient Greece, currency wasn't just a metal. It was an instrument of citizenship. To have your own coin meant you had a voice, a vote, and a stake in the polis. When someone takes control of the ledger in a relationship, they aren't just managing the bills. They are stripping you out of your citizenship in your own life. And let's debunk the biggest myth of all. Financial abuse doesn't always look like being left penniless in the street. Sometimes it looks like a beautiful house, fine dinners, luxury holidays, and yet an empty bank account in your name. This is what I call the Gilded Cage, an architecture where everything is provided except options. Because the architect knows that if you have no liquidity, you have no exit. Today, we take the ledger back. To build a new structure, you have to act like a surveyor. When an ancient temple collapses, an architect doesn't sit in the dust and cry over the broken marble. She pulls out a tape measure. She looks at the ruins with cold, clear, unemotional eyes. Your financial reality right now is just data. It does not define your value. It defines your starting point. There are two ledgers you need to open this week. The Overt Ledger, the debts, the zero balances, the bills you might left in your name, the legal fees looming ahead. Stop avoiding those emails. Stop leaving the statements unopened. When you refuse to look at the numbers because they terrify you, you are letting his ghost control your breathing. Open the spreadsheet. Write the number down. The moment a monster has a specific height and weight, it stops being a monster and becomes a problem to be solved. Let's go to the hidden ledger, your financial fingerprint. For years, you contributed to a structure that has no paper trail with your name on it. Did you manage the back end of his business? Did you run a household so he had the freedom to scale his career? Did you invest your savings into a property that is legally his? Controllers love to tell you that because your name isn't on the deed you contributed nothing. This is a lie. That is uncompensated equity. Get a notebook, write it down, dates, projects, roles, hours. Even if a code never says it, your soul needs to say it. Look at the paper and say, I did not get a free ride. I built that. And if I could build it for someone who hated my growth, imagine what I can build for myself. That is all you have to say to yourself. Now let's talk about what happens the moment you start placing the first carry at it. Let's talk about the friction. The moment you open that independent account, even if it only has $50 or euros in it, the architecture of his control begins to shake. A controller has an internal radar for your autonomy. They can feel the exact moment you stop leaning on their column. I want to name what happens next precisely, because once you can name it, you will never be blindsided by it again. Sudden, overwhelming financial generosity is the first. He will offer to buy you the thing he has withheld for months. He will suggest settling the divorce terms smoothly between you. No expensive lawyers, just the two of you. Do not bite the hook. The generosity is a lease. The offer to settle without professionals is an attempt to catch you while your defenses are down, so he can short-change your future. And reaction 2, the Scorched Earth. If the hook fails, the walls close in. He will freeze joint cards. He will stop paying his share of the bills. He will drag out legal processes to run up your retainer fees, trying to starve you into submission. He wants you to panic. He wants you to come crawling back and say, you were right, I can't survive without you. This is the crossroad where thousands of women break. The legal friction is too loud. The phone won't stop ringing, and they sign the papers. Give up their share of the house, waive maintenance, trade their financial caryatid for 5 minutes of quiet. Listen to my voice. That peace is an illusion. The moment you sign, he will find another leverage point, because he knows you're willing to surrender. But the loss of your financial leverage, that is permanent. Never trade your long-term sovereignty for 5 minutes of quiet. Let him create friction. Let the cards be frozen. Hold the line. Rocks do not mind the wind. This week, open your journal under caryatid first. Financial sovereignty. Answer 2 questions. The financial autopsy. Write down the exact phrase he used to make you feel financially small. You don't understand business. You'd be nothing without my money. You ruin everything you touch. Write it down. Take a thick black pen. Cross it out completely. Next to it, write the actual data. Your degree. The business you run, the asset you are going to reclaim, the 1% goal. Write down the absolute minimum number you need to take your next step of freedom. A lawyer's retainer, a deposit on a flat, a safety cushion. Don't look at the whole mountain. What is 1% of that number? What is one clean, independent action you can take this week to bring that 1% into your private account? A consulting hour, a freelance gig, a sold asset. The amount doesn't matter. The act of generation is the victory. Look at the ruins, measure the stones, prepare for the friction. The coin belongs to you. It always did. He just convinced you to leave it on his table. Go pick it up. Next week, we have the narrative sovereignty, the second caryad. Because financial freedom means nothing if you're still living inside his version of your story. Bring a pen, will you? I'm Vicky Leon. This is the Truth Club. Stand tall. Hold the roof. Own your caryatid. I'll see you in the circle.